Hello guys, welcome. This is Deepika from MyTutorialRack.com. In this tutorial, we are going to see the different types of learning that we have based on the data. So in the previous tutorial, we saw that the data can be categorized into two types. One is called as the structured data and the other one is called as the unstructured data. Based on the data, we have two types of learning. One is called as the supervised learning we have, and the other one is called as the unsupervised learning. The learning that you do with structured data is called as supervised learning, and the learning that we do with the unstructured data is called as unsupervised learning. The structured data from our spreadsheet lets computers do the supervised learning. Okay, it's considered supervised because we can make sure every piece of input data has a matching expected output that we can verify. So for example, in the case of grabbing a milk gallon from Walmart, we wanted to find out the total estimated time. And in order to find out the total estimated time, we prepared an Excel sheet, and on that Excel sheet, we have different columns like what day of the week it is, or what time of the day it is it raining or is it not raining, how much is the distance we have, and then based on that we also figure out the weightage, how much every input plays the importance, and based on that we figure out our estimated time, right? So this type of data that we are feeding is going to give you a desired output, which is this one. So this type of learning is called as supervised learning because we are feeding a proper type of data, and based on that type of data we are getting a particular response. Okay, that is called as the supervised learning. Now what is unsupervised learning and what all it can do? So unsupervised learning is the learning from unstructured data. Unstructured data is used for unsupervised learning, which is when AI tries to find the connections in the data without really knowing what it is looking. So just by looking at its unstructured data, you feel like, oh, what is it even used for the AI model? Why do we even use? No, it is very, very powerful because when we feed this unstructured or unrelated data to this AI model, it will try to establish the connections between these data. Let's say you fed bunch of images, you fed bunch of unlabeled images to this AI model. Now what it will do is it will try to cluster, either it will try to cluster the similar type of images together. Let's say you sent bunch of images with the different balls. Okay, one image had one ball in it, then another image had two balls in it, then another image had three balls in it, and then you had a bat in there, and all these kind of unrelated images you'll add it, or you'll feed it to your AI model. Now what this AI is going to do is it is going to try to figure out the patterns, or it will try to figure out the connections between these data. So AI model is this unstructured data is used for two things. One is for clustering and the other one is to figure out any associations. So let's take an example of what is clustering useful. So let's say, for example, you are running a service, you are a telephone provider and you're running a service and you're seeing that a couple of people are leaving your services. Now you are feeding this data to your AI model, and now AI model is trying to figure out what are the people traits who are leaving your services, or is it a particular area where these people are leaving from? If it's a particular area, is there something going on in that area? Has there a new service provider has opened? Are they giving us better services than ours? So it will try to establish this connection between this unrelated data, right? All you're feeding is your numbers. Okay, this is these many people are leaving. Now what AI is going to do is AI is going to cluster the similar ones together, figure out what traits are there, where the people belong to, what kind of occupation they work at, or what kind of job they have, who is their employer. It will try to figure out all the connections it can with that data. And the other example that the unstructured data will be used for is association. So for example, Amazon, right? Let's say whenever you buy something at Amazon, it'll also always add this thing at the bottom saying buy it together. Let's say you are going to buy a camera from Amazon, right? And every time you buy a camera, you will see that it is recommending you to buy a camera cover, a camera lens, a camera stand, all these things. Even if you're only looking for camera, it is going to give you these recommendations. That means those things people have bought together in the past, right? So that's why it is giving you those recommendations saying, okay, since you are looking to buy a camera, you will probably need a different type of lens, you'll probably need a camera setup, so you'll probably need a green screen, or you'll probably need a camera stand, things like that. So right, so that's when unstructured data helps you to either find the clusters or patterns that is there common between the data, or it is going to find out the associations. Are these things go in together? Let's say if somebody is buying a shoe, then you're also going to see a recommendation to buy socks also of different colors, right? So that is what association is all about. And that is when we use the unsupervised learning. So we have two types of learning based on the data. One is called as the supervised learning, the learning that happens with the structured data, and unsupervised learning is the learning that happens with the unstructured data. And both are very, very important for our AI model. It doesn't means that one is superior than the other. No, both of them have their own functions, and both of them have their own things that they do. An AI model needs both kind of data, structured as well as unstructured, and it has the structured learning and the unstructured learning. Okay, so I hope this difference between the supervised learning and unsupervised learning is crystal clear. I'm going to see you in the next video. Thank you very much and have a wonderful rest of the day.